Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a grand campaign event for you. Our first round is going to be the Cooke's Countercharge, followed up by the Hagerstown Turnpike. Before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have Colquitt's Brigade, 11th Mississippi, 1st Delaware, 30th North Carolina, 12th Virginia, and the Russian Legion, whereas on the Union side, you have the 42nd Pennsylvania, 30th Ohio, Hampton's Legion, Free State's Iron Brigade, Pickett's Brigade, 59th New York, 20th Massachusetts, 3rd U.S., 17th Michigan, Irish Volunteer Brigade, and the conscripted Virginia Army. Server pop for today is 289. CSA up by 1. They don't have the option of artillery, but Union does, and Union is just taking 1 for the officer, so infantry balance, I would just say, is 1 in favor of CSA side. Frontline reporters for today. From the Union perspective, we have Red from the 59th New York. From the CSA side, we have Flores from the 11th Mississippi. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. And if you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or live streaming, send me a link and I'll put it in the pinned comment of the video. Also in the pinned comment, just posted this today. Last year, we did War of Rights yearly awards for the 2024 year. Now we're going to do it again, except for the 2025 year. So if you want to fill out the form to nominate anyone and vote on the preliminary stuff, that'll also be there as well. That'll be open for the rest of the month. Co-commentating with me today, we have Descartes. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, Eagle. Thanks for having me again. Had fun last week. Look forward to the event today.
Heck yeah. So, Cooke's Countercharge, CSA is already, they're doing what they do. They have to play aggressive on this map. They've gone up. Union has kind of backed off on this CSA right side. 40 seconds kind of going right in on them. Which, I don't know why they're going in on their own. I mean, maybe trying to get a cheeky little flank, but they're completely surrounded. Cooke's Countercharge is a 22% ticket advantage to the attacking CSA side. CSA weaponry. They have the 3rd Arkansas with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 42, and the 27th North Carolina with the option of the Springfield 55, Enfield, and also the Springfield 42. And Springfield 42 is 42nd PA. Gets shot out. They lose a flag in the process. Union weapons, 20th Pennsylvania with the Springfield 61, and the 52nd New York with the Enfield. Descartes, in your opinion, how does each side want to play this map?
CSA already has a very good strategy here, moving out onto the Victory Hill, as a lot of players call it. USA has consolidated back. If you're the Union, you want to, in my opinion, try to deny the CSA right side of the map, Union left, which is the hay bales. Right now you have PB, it looks like, over there. Good idea to just keep a unit or 2 on that side and just try to deny the flanking fire from the CSA mound on that side.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Union just needs to keep distance as much as possible, especially if CSA chooses to take the Springfield 42s, which Union can't control the distance that they keep with CSA, because if CSA just charges nonstop, Union can't keep distance, and CSA will most likely win that, which is why you see CSA playing awfully aggressive. It's been fascinating. The past 2 times I've watched this map, the CSA just sat back and shot it out, and both times it didn't really work in terms of tickets. One time they ended up winning, the other time they didn't, but you can't sit back and shoot out this whole match if you're CSA. So on top of Pickett's Brigade being on the Union left, Midwest, and 28th Mass holding center of the Union line. Center right, you got the FSIB on the right there, and to their right, you have HL mixed in with 3rd U.S., and then the extreme Union right, you got the 59th New York, 42nd PA, 30th Ohio, respawning in after getting wiped. But CSA's taken the whole field relatively quickly, which, I'm not surprised. But
Good aggressive start from the CSA, getting out early. They're not sitting back. They've obviously seen your past couple videos, and they're just trying to push out. Good idea. Looks like we have IVB up in the front with the 11th Mississippi there, perhaps.
yeah, they're in a nice spot. Their right side of their line, I think, is on point, which, early camping this early, not a bad thing. I mean, you're up a little bit on tickets, which Union can gain some if they retake point if you early cap it. Early capping meaning before you cap or if you early capping. So, oh my goodness, early capping means you capture the point before the defenders hit breaking. When the defenders hit breaking, you can capture point win automatically. Otherwise, you have to hold it for a certain amount of time. But it looks like they didn't want to early cap, which is why that right side of the line's back off. 30th North Carolina, 12th VA is pushed up behind IVB and 11th Mississippi, holding on the Victory Hill for CSA, 1st Delaware, Colquitt's Brigade, and Russian Legion.
Generally, Eagle, this Victory Hill, as the CSA calls it, on the CSA right in front of the cornfield, is a great spot for shooting lanes. You could pretty much shoot down the whole field, but the Union is not really offering much to shoot at, so...
The fog and the rain kind of helps, too, with visibility.
Yeah, the weather's definitely going to help the defenders.
It's actually interesting. Yeah, I mean, you have Pickett's Brigade in the hay bales, but a lot of the Union team is holding back on the straight fence on the road, which CSA do early cap. Maybe that was the goal, to back off and have them early cap, but normally Union hold a little further forward in defilades, which provide nice cover for them, but CSA early cap, Union's going to have to retake. They got 20 minutes to do so. CSA holds for 20 minutes, they win. If Union
Looks
retakes,
like 40 seconds flanking. Sorry.
You're good. That's important.
Fence line. Form right side of the major.
It's not a bad idea as long as Union can do it together here, and it looks like they're being backed up by HL. Southern Mississippi is shifting with IVB to deal with this. And so, I mean, 12th VA is also helping out a little Mississippi and IVB here. You do have some Union that stayed back and didn't push with that Union team, Iron Brigade. It looks like they're going to try to go on point in early cap. Looks like Union's trying to use that flanking force as a distraction, but that Union flanking force starting to back off a little bit, and CSA kept guys on the point, 30th North Carolina there. And they've got numbers right now.
I think the Union had the right idea, trying to get around the CSA as they pushed out and got aggressive onto point. The closer they got, the CSA kind of wheeled over to defend, and that buck and ball, I think, really just started to tear up that Union group, so they pulled back quick.
The glories of buck and ball. 11th Mississippi shifting back to center to help 30th North Carolina, which didn't look like they needed it, but, you know, more numbers is always a good thing. And Free State's Iron Brigade's got to get thrown off the point there very quickly. But if Union does retake the point, they'll regain up to the amount of tickets that CSA is at if they're down, which is why Union wants to retake quickly. Because, I mean, everyone's losing tickets right now. And the more you kill CSA, that means you're not going to be able to regain as high as you would maybe want to. And the thing is, Black Timer stopped too. So far, good early cap from CSA.
And it's tough as the defender. This is a lot. I mean, I think you'll get a mixed response in terms of the community on how they view this map, but I've always viewed this as a more difficult Union map. It used to be one of the most, but they've updated the tickets, so it is way more even, but...
I mean, I'd agree. This map, it doesn't matter what Union does for the most part. Union can play a perfect game, but if CSA, you know, just charges nonstop or gets aggressive like they are now, very difficult for Union, because the issue for the Union team is CSA spread out across nearly the whole width of the map. Union can't really outflank because we've seen CSA react quickly. Props to them on that. But the CSA team is in a slight defilade and on point, so they've got cover. Union has to approach them, get close to get up to... They have to get close to them to get onto the point, and then CSA can just fire away with that buck and ball. Shooting shotguns point blank is going to be deadly. Very difficult map for Union, even with the ticket balance changes.
And if you zoom out and look at this CSA formation right now, they are in a beautiful position as a team right now. The Union is kind of in the opposite. They're a little more scattered across the map, so...
It's a really good line. But, I mean, the only chance Union's going to have is... I mean, they all just got to group up and hit somewhere at the same time. It's difficult, because if they sit back and shoot it out, you know, they're going to get kills. But CSA is just going to be able to shift based on Union movements and then be able to keep spawning guys in. These flags spawn someone in every 5 seconds. You got 4 flags, 4 guys every 5 seconds. That's a lot of guys spawning back in. And it can be difficult to outshoot the flag spawn at times. But then you also got to consider, right, Union needs to charge in. But then if they charge in, they're running right into shotguns. So
Right.
very difficult. Union has to charge, though, at some point. That's an inevitability. Unless they just want to shoot this out for the next 15 minutes and let CSA hold cap.
I would assume that there's only really 2 outcomes for the Union here. They either have to like be ultra aggressive and shove the CSA back to where they're kind of spawn pinned and they can keep them at a distance across that open field and shoot them as they run in, but then you have the corn to deal with. So that kind of negates that. The one strategy I used back in the day that worked for me was getting back into the graveyard, allowing CSA to cap, then pushing back out as a team, recapping the point, maybe absorb as much of the CSA en route as you can, and then just push right back to the graveyard and just rinse and repeat. That way you're mitigating total ticket loss in between. Everybody's going as one group, dying in formation. It's a really boring strategy, but it has worked.
I remember the first win I had, or at least playing on Union on this map, was that exact strategy. It was an hour and 12-minute match. Very boring, but it can be effective. But at least what I remember from that occasion is CSA played a very conservative game. They sat back, shot the whole time, ran up early capped, and then ran away from the points we were able to easily retake. Again, it's the same thing. This all depends on CSA. Union can do the best that they can and still lose. But Union's starting to make a push. PB and 28th Mass pushing up. CSA right near Victory Hill. You have Iron Brigade on the point, but they don't have numbers to retake right now. And they need more, or else this is just CSA's just going to shoot them out like they did earlier.
Formation, baby. Good work, boys. Good work, boys.
And the officers in the event, they have a Steam chat. They communicate instantaneously with each other. And, I mean, CSA is just doing a phenomenal job. Yeah, Colquitt's.
FSB falling back off the point for the Union. IP as well, it looks like.
They're trying
See
to get,
red there also.
trying to get the flag down. They get it down, but it's too far out at that point. This is nice to see, at least, because like I mentioned earlier, the past 2 times I've seen this map, CSA have just sat back and shot it out the whole time. It just didn't work for them.
I was there. I was playing the one that we ended up winning.
The SSL one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one I'm referencing happened last night. It was a 75v75.
Slow.
And CSA just sat back and shot it out, and Union was winning that shootout. Union didn't even hit last stand, which was the crazier part about it.
I like the bigger battles nowadays. I played so much. I want the big engagements. They're way more enjoyable for me.
Right. I mean, it's also, too, right, you get used to such large battles that when you go back to the small battles, it doesn't feel that crazy. Even though years ago, it'd be like, this is great. Union's making a push on CSA left. Are they going to continue going, though, or are they just going to stop where they did last time? 59th HL in front. CSA already shifting.
They're running these.
Looks like they're doing the latter.
They did this once before. I Not gonna work again. And it's very difficult for Union, so there's not too many options they can do, and they instantly pull back. I mean, CSA is just playing a dang near perfect match of Cooks right now, and you can't really beat that if you're Union.
Shoot him in their ass. Shoot him in their ass.
The Union looks very intermingled. They look like their groups are kind of like together haphazardly. I'm not sure if they're coordinating very well right now or what's going on.
Right. I mean, they really only Free States Brigade and Iron Brigade are the only two groups that really pushed up on the point. Midwest was close to them. Hasn't been enough so far. I wonder if the Union's not trying to send their full team on there, because if Union sends the full team on there, which they kind of have to do, they have to at least try it. They don't want to get all of CSA shooting with buck and ball in one spot. Maybe they're just trying to spread it out. It's not working. But could be why.
It's awful nice of them to come in so close.
And, you know, since this is a campaign, kind of saw this last week too, I wouldn't be surprised if CSA was trying to farm tickets and they let Union retake the point just to kill more of them. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Yeah. That was interesting last week, but I rewatched it. Admittedly, I rewatched it, and I understood what they were doing. They were waiting for the other team to go breaking, so that once they recapped it, it's just one of the war rights caps mechanics. It's
like it, doesn't it?
You know, it's weird, but
It is. Like, look at this. Okay, 42nd PA, 30th is on the Union right side. They pushed up to the straight fence, and first kind of shots from CSA is completely shredding them. I mean, if CSA, for the sake of campaign and trying to deal casualties, lets Union retake, I don't even know if I would retake if I'm Union. Which, I mean, if you're trying to avoid casualties that way for the campaign. Jeez. Union is shifting a lot of their guys, though, to the left side near the hay bales.
I think that's the right move. I think they need to consolidate on the bale side. The CSA hasn't really challenged it since the beginning. I think if they can consolidate on this side of the map over here and try to mount a push to point, you only have 8 minutes left.
CSA is already shifting. Colquitt's adjusted their line on the extreme CSA right. 30th North Carolina is starting to push to the center of the map to form up where Colquitt's was. I mean, CSA is just... They're working really well together. They're all shifting, plugging each other's gaps. I mean, if you look where 11 Mississippi is on the CSA kind of center left, they're now pushing forward. And they're kind of forming almost a semicircle to try to maybe enclose the Union on this side, although CSA right side backs off to the Victory Hill. But jeez, this is...
It's still a good match. There's still a lot of action, but definitely CSA is ruling the field right now.
Only concern 11 Mississippi has, and I'm sure they know this, is Union spawns right to their northwest-north. Some guys can get up on these rocks, like you see some 59th guys, and they're getting a couple nice shots on their side. But, jeez. Union, are they pushing?
Looks like HL's moving up.
Stopped in the bush. 42nd and 9th Corps to their left. Oh, they're gonna stop.
An independent fire front.
Shooting right into the side of the 30th North Carolina there.
Based on how CSA's moved, I mean, can Union cap from the spot they're in right now?
They do have to inch up a little bit further.
Whew! CSA get a great volley from the Victory Hill there.
Go, get the flag out, Meek.
And Union backs out.
By the way, I realized last week I did not say what unit I'm part of. I'm part of the 23rd New York, by the way. Right up. Shout out to Oki, 23rd New York, right on.
There you go. Link to that and all the regiments in the game as well here in the description as well, so check that out.
Shameless plug.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to be rude.
No, that's totally true.
Heck, I do it every time we start a thinking broadcast. I think it was
Well worth it.
Corded, the guy I commentate with for SSL. He was like, your commentaries just keep getting, or sorry, your intros just keep getting longer and longer and longer as time goes on.
You're crushing them, though.
I appreciate it.
Last week was rapid fire, man. I was surprised you got it all off.
For this event,
Yeah.
desperate times call for desperate measures. Just,
Yeah, those early charges. Yeah. I really like this positioning from the Union, but they have to do something. It's getting to a point you only have 4-5 minutes left, roughly. Only really have time for 2 good pushes onto point.
they haven't full team charged yet, which that's gonna happen soon, I'm sure, but are they going? They're all starting to move out. Guys are saying it's an honor, no ya. No ya. They might be charging this.
They caught up. I was going to say they might want to wait till they're all here.
Think about all that Confederate pussy you're about to get.
RL is going to take the first of this charge.
CSA collapsing in instantly. So CSA hold that pretty well. They might try to get some Union flags down that are out here.
Run, Shifty, run! Run, Shifty! Run, Shifty! I will cover you.
Are they gonna go to the hay bales? They may or may not, who knows. Union hits engage, but that doesn't really matter. Since if Union retakes, they regain. CSA almost from taking losses. CSA, a couple guys on the hay bales.
Keep moving. Ow! Keep moving without me.
I think the Union just took a little too long there. A lot of the CSA probably had time to get buck and ball. I'd imagine most of the Union officers right now are wondering how that went so poorly, but once you run dead onto that buck and ball, it's game over.
And it's unfortunately the only choice you have. 3 minutes left. And Union, all they can kind of do is just go for it. I mean, they do have their first main spawns starting to get out into the center of the field. CSA starting to shift now. CSA still is capped, though. I don't think Union's that far up yet. Red's trying to run out there, though.
Let's go. New line, gentlemen, onto the new line.
Will CSA give up the cap to try to get more kills on Union? For the sake of the tabletop.
Bayonets down! Bayonets down! Bayonets down! I got one! Aim it low! Their knees! At their knees, guys! At their knees!
It's the most important part. Yeah, well, we don't really have a choice. We gotta commit.
But even though Union's on top of point, trying with their whole team, it looks like CSA still has control of it. Minute and a half left.
IDFSB to the right. IDFSB to the right.
Spread it out to the right. Spread it out to the right. Left side of the line is too clumped. Well, now ain't everybody's dead.
It's a good
And
fight.
whoever said that from the Union, y'all are too clumped up. He is very much right with it. You can see CSA starting to turn around the Union left. Colquitt's brigade's going to get a nice flanking fire.
Union is pretty clumped. They're getting whittled down fast. CSA with a good spread. They've maintained the entire match.
I see dead people. These are
Really
all
just
around.
controlling the tempo of the fight in the whole field.
Minute left. Jeez, this is... this is a
You need to
massacre.
get their reinforcements up now to try to counter this, or it's game over.
Unless CSA give it up, Union's not going to take this. CSA is now starting to charge in. 11 Mississippi going in. 30 seconds.
This might be good for the Union. Let's see what happens. If they can repel this, they can countercap.
There's not a lot of them, though.
Yeah, this looks bad.
CSA is going to take the game. Deckard, in your opinion, how do each side play this round?
CSA did exactly what they had to do, played to the attacker's strength on this map. Union, hey, better luck next map. Don't really know how, it's not really many good strategies for this one, so.
What the heck? Some Pickett's Brigade Midwest guys ran behind point and they forced an overtime because CSA ran too far. Sorry, I interrupted that.
That's fine.
That's hilarious, though. Anyways, do you have any more thoughts?
No, I think CSA did a really good job. Union probably should have tried to consolidate a little sooner and do what they were doing late in the match.
Yeah, CSA played that exactly how you should. It's not a hard map for CSA to win. You just need to charge and get aggressive, get close with the buck and ball, and don't let Union sit in their, pretty nice defensive position. So, really well done by them. Union, very spread out during the counterattack. Again, maybe they're trying to distract CSA, pull their attention one way, and then have some guys cap the point. It wasn't working. And Union eventually tried to full send the point. And that didn't work either. I mean, it's just, this map needs to be balanced more. Union needs to be given a lot more tickets to help out. I mean, if you give one side buck and ball and one side not buck and ball, you got to account for that. So, it is what it is. Good job, CSA. Very dominant win. And we will see you all shortly for our second round. And here we are with the start of our second round. Server count right now, 297. IVB balanced over, so appreciate the help with that. So it looks like Union is up by 4 right now. In terms of artillery, both sides have the option. Union's taking 9, CSA have 13. So as a result, the infantry balance is going to be roughly 6 in favor of the Union side. And it looks like ticket and balance, it's a 14% advantage to the attacking Union side. Union weaponry, they have the 14th Brooklyn with the Enfield and the 6th Wisconsin with the option of the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. CSA, on the other hand, have the 1st Louisiana Zouaves with the Mississippi, and they have the 9th Louisiana with the option of the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 42. So at least half the CSA team has the buck and ball. The other half have Mississippi's. And almost similar to last round, Union's just pushing up to this little hill that they like to always push up on, getting a foundation on this right side, sending a couple guys out to the left side in the open area there. And Union, for now, keeping it a shootout. Deckard, in your opinion, how does each side want to play this match?
Union, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, the Union would like to go to the hill on the right, have a large concentration on your force of that hill on the right there. Also spread some guys across the field as they are. I think this is a really good starting position from the Union. CSA, on the other hand, I think might want to get a little more aggressive in that tree line. Maybe shift some of the guys from the field on point into the tree line. However, not a bad start.
Yeah, usually Union will play this a couple ways. As you said, go up to that right hill and then get up and engage the CSA in the wood line here, or push from that hill directly south and get close to CSA charge to point. Union sometimes likes to have their team have a full big line in this open field in the east and just shoot out with the CSA run up cap point and then run back, forcing CSA out into the open. But for now, we got a shootout anyways. CSA, their defensive line. On the CSA right side, you got the 11th Mississippi mixed in some 12th VA, an IVB as well, 30th North Carolina on the left side of that line. CSA left / center, depending on how you want to look at it. You got 1st Delaware Colquitt's here. You do have Russian Legion, and there's actually IVB. So Russian Legion IVB in the woods. Union on the other hand, Union right side, you got the 28th Mass and Midwest pushed up. On that Victory Hill, Pickett's Brigade, 42nd PA, 30th Ohio, and the 59th New York, and then HL's there as well, almost hid from me as I was flying around. On Union left in the open field, the 3rd U.S. and FSIB, Free State Scion Brigade, in the open field shooting it out. But shootout is what Hagerstown is. There's not too much ground for Union to charge CSA at, because it's risky to charge at times. And they can't push CSA far back because, I mean, that back battery position is out of bounds for Union. Or at least a good portion of it is. Portion. Wow.
Two mostly open maps tonight,
Yeah.
or this evening, not tonight.
Well, it's tonight for most of the people playing this, at least.
That's right.
Afternoon for us American folk. Praise be.
Union wants to control this hill primarily because their battery starts on the far right, Union right side of the map. They want to be able to get their guns up. They've committed 10 players. Union's committed 10 players to the battery, as has the CSA, but the Union really needs those guys early to be able to move those guns up and limbers up into position on this ridge here.
And they already got one gun up here right now, which it's probably the best spot on this map outside maybe that open field where the Union left Iron Brigade is at, but that'd take probably half the match to roll the guns up there.
Not fun.
So Union's shifting on the right. 59th is getting up a little close to the woods. 42nd and 30th pushing out in the open.
Fire.
And it looks like they're going to hold in these spots, just trying to give themselves maybe a little more visibility here. Actually just run up, take shots, and then shift to cover. Which Union's actually almost a 4th morale stage down on tickets right now.
Southeast.
Not the start you'd want if you're Union anyways. I'm intrigued, is the 9th Louisiana Regiment for CSA, are they taking the 42s or not?
Let me see.
It looks like they're not. Or, sorry, it's a mix.
See a lot of gold. That means Enfields. Or is that Mississippi? No, it's Enfields, yeah.
So, yeah, most of the CSA lines taking the Springfield 55 instead of the Springfield 42. So, that makes sense. Generally, this map is a longer shootout. And so you'd rather have the rifle for that. Union might not necessarily know that. Which might... I mean, Union generally is cautious full sending CSA just because CSA, half the team has the option of that buck and ball. You don't know until you get close, which, I mean, Union is starting to inch up that way. 42nd and 30th. Pushing up pretty far. HL's a little behind them. Pickett's Brigade's pushing up as well. But Union, this shootout is not going well in Union's favor. That's why we at least see Union, I think, making adjustments, trying to see if they can find a better spot in this shootout. But so far, not good for them, even with a 14% ticket lead, which actually, considering this game isn't a huge lead.
Yes.
But, I mean, CSA has just got one big, huge line that's split up into two different parts. Union, I mean, not as much of a line. Union's a lot more clumped up than the CSA, which maybe is why we're seeing what we're seeing as well. I mean, guys are clumped up in this game because depending on where you're at when you die, that determines how many tickets you lose. If you're standing in a big group like we see with both these teams and you die, you lose one ticket. You die in formation. If you're crouching by a lot of people or you're with a couple other people standing up, you're in skirmishing, you will lose 3 tickets upon death. If you're out of line, running off, you're rambling, you're on your own, you lose 5 tickets upon death. But you could still spread out your line a little bit and still be in formation. I mean, the CSA right side, 30th North Carolina and 11th Mississippi doing a good job of that open order. Still die in formation, lose 1 ticket, but you're spreading yourself out, not clumping up as much.
We like the Bronx. We like the Bronx.
Correction, Eagle. The first Louisiana does have the Mississippis. I don't know what I was saying for. That's my bad. CSA again. They look way more cohesive in their positioning so far. Union still has plenty of time. However, I really like what the CSA is doing so far on this map with their positioning, staying together, minimizing skirms and out of lines. Always good as a defender to do that.
And Union's moving out to try to get better shots on CSA, and CSA already is just pounding them. Huge props to them. But look at, it's a half morale stage difference already. What? Oh, man. I mean, Union's still making micro adjustments to try to figure things out, but it's not working. And the thing is, too, it leaves the only option for Union to maybe charge and try to early cap, which I assume CSA would probably defend. And another advantage for CSA is if you die, at least if you're on the 9th Louisiana Regiment, which is half the team, if you die and the Union charges, you can just spawn in with the 42s and use that bucking ball.
A big part of it also, I believe, is that you have, after that last match, sometimes these second matches, you know, you lose a little air out of your tires after a loss like that. It might be a little more disjointed, might be a little more quiet in that officers chat where they coordinate. Somebody's got to take charge, take initiative, get this Union team together, get them as a mass, the same way you see the CSA is right now, and try to make some cohesive movements, because what they're doing right now is not really working.
I almost just feel like this is a slightly CSA bias map at this point, even though in the past it's favored Union in a lot of ways. I mean, what? The increase in tickets for the defenders by 10%, the increased rifle accuracy, I mean, those are big buffs for the defenders. And it's a little difficult of a map. Not as bad as last map, not even close, that's for sure, but I mean, Union is all grouped up behind Victory Hill. They've got to they got to try charging in just to see how it goes, which we didn't see them do during the counterattack at all last round. But they're starting to move out now. A little spread out, though.
Their battery's in a good position right now. It did take them some time, but now they're finally in a good spot. Looks like they're getting the guns rolling.
Looks like Union's going to go in. I like it.
I like it too.
Who knows if it'll work? We'll see, but I appreciate the effort a lot. 59th and 9th Corps hit the center. CSA line shifting immediately.
It's only half the team, Eagle. The other half of the Union is still sitting in the field.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised they haven't pushed up. But here comes Union. They're going to go in.
Good push. I like it.
Good job, Jam.
Run the flag!
Shoulder to shoulder.
Union brought up flags. I see one of them down. It's 2 down. And CSA hold that pretty well, getting 2 Union flags down as well. You generally, from what I see anyways, you bring the flags forward as an attacker because you're trying to take ground. Also just getting spawns in the melee. If you just don't charge without... If you charge without your flags, you can't get spawns in. You're probably not going to be able to hold that long term. But good hold from CSA. Knocks CSA down a good amount. Union's still down though. I don't... It looks like it might have closed the gap a little bit though.
It was a good push from the Union, however, the whole team's got to be there.
Agree with that as well.
Flag can't go out either. Somebody's in officer's chat has got to clarify that the flags need to stay back with the artillery on the mound. They got to be sure of that because that's a pretty costly mistake now. It's going to set them back on their next charge.
Yeah, so actually one of the Union guys got one of the flags, the 2 down flags up, but for the one company that doesn't have the flag, which we can look to see who that is, it is 42nd PA and 30th Ohio's flag that's down right now. We've got 34 guys in that company, but if a guy dies in that company, instead of being able to spawn on the flags, got to spawn at main now, and that is going to get annoying, because I mean... You know, that can just add up, right? One guy gets shot, he dies, his spawn main, takes him, 30 seconds to get his full kit, and then it takes him a minute to get, or a minute and a half to get back to the line, and then you slowly start adding this up. It can really impact you, and that flag will despawn in 5 minutes unless someone picks it up, so it's a lot of time to not have a flag, especially when you're Union down here a good amount of tickets. I mean, Union... shifting some guys over to the left. I mean, Pickett's brigade's over here now. He might have been over here earlier, though, and then shifted to the right side to help with the charge, but I reckon Union's just going to go back to the sit and shoot like they were doing earlier.
It's unfortunate that that charge didn't go in their favor because I really liked what the Union was trying to do. However, I think that's going to be pretty deflating. Let's hope it's not, but...
It's like whatever Union's kind of done tonight, it just hasn't worked. And, like, again, part of that reason is just not their fault. Part of the reason is huge, really well played by CSA, but nice arty shot from CSA. There's just not... Nothing's worked so far anyways for you.
Well, iron sharpens iron, right? And good competition's a good thing. If you're a good competitor, if you want to get better, if you want to be the best, you want to play against the best. Somebody on the Union in this officer's call right now, in my opinion, has got to take charge of the situation. Somebody's can't be afraid to speak up a little bit and say, hey, we got to figure something out here. It's not working. Let's try to circle the wagons, figure something else out.
Which, according to what the chord sheet says anyways, 11 Mississippi is the token holder for the CSA side, so I'd assume they'd be leading that, and then Pickett's Brigade's token holder for the Union side, so I assume they're leading the Union side this round. I would assume anyways. Obviously, a token holder can lead in a lot of different ways, I'm assuming. But... Right. I'd assume Pickett's Brigade would at least be final decision. Same with 11 Mississippi on the CSA side. CSA hits engaged. It's still half morale stage to 2/3 of a morale stage difference right now. This is not good.
He's in coverage smoke right now.
Shifty, hit point, please.
Okay, you should be able to see it now.
And we have the eagle eye, literally. No pun intended, but we have the eagle eye here. Obviously, we have information that these guys don't. So what I say anyway is my opinion, and not really trying to be too critical, but I do like to offer my insight. So.
Part of me thinks, even though we have the bird's eye view, again, I would definitely have to lead more to maybe humble myself a little bit with this quote, but it's a wide open field. You can see everything. Everyone's been sitting in the same spots for the past 20 minutes. I feel like even though we can see everything that's going on up here, the big lines, I feel like when you're on the ground, you should at least be able to pick up on a good amount of it.
Right, and that's why I mentioned that first map kind of lingering over into the second one. You got to cut your losses after that. Move in with a fresh somebody's got to say, hey, look, let's coordinate, let's stay together, see what the CSA did last match. Let's try to mirror that in terms of their cohesion. Union really hasn't done that so far. They have managed to get the battery into a really good position, but they have yet to utilize their infantry in good positioning to mirror that.
I mean, the only thing they haven't really done is set up a big line in the open field to the east, the Union left, with our whole team. But based on how the shootout's gone on Union right, I don't even know how well that would work. Again, CSA has been playing phenomenal tonight.
Right.
And when the map favors your side, it's going to make it really difficult for the other team, the Union team here, to really do anything well. Just because it's difficult. You know, you can play a good match, but sometimes situation can be everything. Union's going to go in again, though. I appreciate it. Iron Brigade, Pickett's Brigade still holding out on Union left in the open field, but Union's charging kind of more center than last time. See how it goes. Oh, what an arty shot from CSA. Nice couple arty shots. Holy. Union has taken losses. They get swept, except for Almond, who's, never mind, he's dead.
And again, it looks like not everybody went. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it does look like some group stayed back there. I'm not gonna...
Iron Brigade and Pickett's Brigade, they stayed on the left.
Right.
Which, honestly, even if they went in, which, again, you know, they probably should have gone in, but CSA won that charge. It wasn't even close. I don't even know if them going in would have mattered. But, I mean, maybe they're sitting here trying to get some nice shots on them. But, I mean, sometimes it can be the principle of things. But, Union's tried a lot of things, at least this round. And it's just, nothing is going their way right now. Or, it's, again, that's just glazing CSA here right now. But, I mean... We played a good
Hard
night.
to tell I play Union, yeah, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like this, the CSA is just playing this to the T the way they need to on defense. They see that the Union immediately, I mean, it's pretty obvious that the Union, before you even start playing, that the Union's going to want to push this hill here. CSA looks like they decided to just, hey, let them have it. We're going to sit back, play to our strengths, stay together, do exactly what we did last map on defense now, and it's working pretty well.
You can't even, as soon as you...
I mean, only thing I think Union can do to... Oh my goodness. The only thing I think the Union can do is push out to this left field with most of their team and just get in a big line and try it. But they might just group up and charge in again. I mean, they are grouping up on Victory Hill, getting all formed up behind them. They're not shooting at all, which... in my opinion, I would think they'd want to go in. Now, something to note, that woods is out of bounds for Union. They can't go in to flank around, which if Union had the option, I'm sure they would take that 100% of the time. So, I mean, they can, I think, maybe hover on the snake fence. But
if you're looking over there, you got a Captain Charlie's of the 59th. He's on that corner. That's about the extent where that fence is to where you can go. I believe the second you hop that fence, you'll be out of bounds for the Union. Let's see.
yeah, which you've got 30 seconds out of bounds. Which maybe this is what Charlie's slop is trying here. Is he's trying to see if you can get, you know, a certain distance while out of bounds, or maybe just seeing if CSA are over here. But I mean, you can hop out of bounds, be there for 30 seconds. So maybe Union could try that. To at least get some cover in the woods as you're pushing the CSA and then try to turn their flank. Oh, rip, he died. Rip Charlie's. It's out of bounds for too long. Man. They're gonna
Looks
go
like
again.
Union's gonna push again.
Yep. In the center, they will break.
Hopefully the entire... It doesn't look like the entire team's gonna go. Hopefully they do.
I mean, they would be charging across the but I guess neither option is great. But, you know, if your whole team's going to go in, might as well go with them. Union going the most center they've gone tonight. CSA already, oh, just overshot.
Good Union already hit there.
42nd. Looks like most of the Union's going to stop, I think. I don't know if the left side of that Union line's on point, but they're just going to stop and get into a shootout here. CSA already letting it rip.
The other side of the Union's really got to move up here and help.
Oh, CSA's winning this. If you just zoom out, it's just... Union's really clumped up in a tiny area. Granted, Union's just trying to stay where there's cover, but CSA's going to know you're there, and they're just going to file shots in there. And CSA already gets a great hit on that tree.
Do they have the ability to contest these matches, Eagle? Just out of curiosity, it popped in my mind. I was just wondering.
I don't think I've heard of contesting a match in any event outside of the competitive smoke and steel league.
Gotcha.
But who knows?
Keep shooting, boys. Keep shooting.
Wow. It is now a morale stage and a quarter difference. Union gets thrown back again. It says, wow. It's simple yet effective.
And it's a little deflating to see because you want the Union to kind of rally and make a move to try to swing momentum in their favor. But with 20 minutes left, the way things are going, I don't see it. It's going to take a big change for them to actually be impactful, I think. Let's see how the rest of it goes.
One more morale stage and Union hits braking. That'll drop the timer down to a few minutes. But man, Union's forming up again. They're not shooting. That makes me think they're just going to charge in again. Which, charging is probably the best bet they have because shooting it out wasn't working for them in the first place. And even if it is working out for them, the morale difference between the two teams is so large that you probably won't be able to close that gap by the time you hit your final stage of final push. Again, their next stage. And so you got to charge and just hope you can destroy CSA and gain a bunch of tickets back. Or early cap, whatever. Which honestly, time doesn't really matter anymore. So I don't think early capping is going to do much.
Bobby, you're about 6 or 7 feet.
But that's how it goes sometimes.
I'm trying.
Did you do anything good for Halloween?
Watched a broadcast last night and wore a hockey jersey to work.
There you go.
Yourself?
Good to me. I laid low. Didn't do much. It was pretty bad weather anyways.
Fair enough. Yeah, at least the apartment complex I'm in, I at least didn't hear anything going on, so I assume nothing did. But it was a nice day. I can't complain. Watch more War of Rights. Can't complain. It's quite unfortunate the devs didn't have the zombie mode go through at least today or yesterday.
I might have been tempted to hop on, truthfully, last night. If they had it, I probably would have played, but...
I wanna quote Trusty here, just so I don't misrepresent what was said. Um,
Recording campfire games.
so there's some argument in the War of Rights Discord about them ending it, which they ended it like a week ago, like last Friday, I think they ended it in the middle of the day, and Trusty replied to it saying it was removed because its time was up. It was originally scheduled to last 2 weeks, so the first 2 weeks of October, but some deployment issues made us extend the event to 3 weeks. So it was originally, that's crazy, that was only supposed to go 2 weeks, but he then also replied saying that wasn't possible in regards to people playing on Halloween because it doesn't matches Steam's autumn sale. And then Trusty replied to something else saying, kindly ask Valve to shift their autumn sale date then. So that makes me think they only had it up. They only had it up for the sale, and they didn't want to keep it more than that. Which I think is stupid logic to go about that. But it's like if you had the start of the snow event and then you ended it on December 20th before Christmas. It's like it just doesn't make sense.
In my opinion, just treading lightly here, that has nothing to do with the Halloween event, but hey, each their own. Maybe it does. I don't know.
According to the devs, it does. But who knows? At least we got it for a good amount of time. I'm glad they dropped it on the 1st of October, though. They should have kept it the whole month, though. But something. Yeah, I wonder when they're gonna drop the snow, though. And I wonder if update 200 will happen before the end of the year. There's only been... If you consider it from the devs, there's only been 2 updates this year. And that's been the sight, scopes, and ballistics, and the 400-player server support. Outside of that, we got the 1776 event, which was not considered an update. And we also had the zombie event, which was not considered an update, even though some things went alongside that, like getting the Jefferson Davis Legion Regiment for CSA on the Prime maps.
Ooh, big Union already hit on CQB at the CSA under Big Tree.
CSA, it's taking losses. Union's just... They're waving the white flag with this. They're at least trying to... I mean, Union's only chance is to hit CSA in the break in their next stage and outright win a charge on point, but I don't think we're going to see that happen. You never know. That's why I play the game, right?
That's right. You never know what's going to happen. It ain't over till it's over.
That's true.
You saw in our Cooke's Countercharge match, we were on the ropes 99% of it, and then at the very end, we...
So, Flores is one of my frontline reporters. He's the CSA guy in charge of 11 Mississippi. He switched his frontline reporter view to Saving Private Ryan, the D-Day scene.
Nice. I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong. This is kind of what's happening, though.
11th Mississippi requesting to charge right meow for the CSA.
Jeez, this is not even close. The Union's lost this game already. I mean, the shootout wasn't going in their favor. Union's already a fourth of the way through breaking. CSA might be like halfway to 2/3 through taking losses as Union hits final push. Best case.
The beauty of this is the Union still has some time. They still have a little wiggle room with tickets. Not much, though. They're closing. The door is closing. The window of opportunity here is really closing for the Union. They're going to have to figure something out.
You know what I'd do if I was CSA?
Alright,
For giggles. They should keep the shootout going for a little while longer, get Union to like a third of the way through breaking, and then let the Union early cap point, and then push Union into last stand, retake point, and win just to troll. That would be hilarious to me.
The Union would have to actually cap it at the right time.
Right. But if CSA just backs off and lets the early cap happen, it could happen.
Yeah.
It would be so funny.
On the next push, yeah, they could do that, right? Just fall back.
Yeah.
Because as the CSA, you could fall all the way back to that southern tree line, actually. I don't know if you know that, but you can fall way back to that fence line there.
Yeah. That's right by where they're spawned.
Yep.
If- Union is like getting some nice shots on point, but it's only a couple kills there. But it's not like they could do much more. CSA is pushing forward center. Colquitz is going forward. Musket guy in front. Played Clash Royale briefly with him. Joined my clan. It was glorious.
I did, sir.
Have you played Clash Royale before, Descartes?
Negative.
You know what the
Never,
game
it's
is?
a mobile game, right?
Right.
Yeah, I've never been a big mobile guy.
That's fair. Been playing it since like 2017, in like high school or whatever. Wild to think about. The clan I got though is like top 750 in the U.S. in wars. It's kind of awesome.
I'm sorry.
Wait, do you play that right on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, big already hit there onto the 11th Mississippi from the Union guns. Oh, another one. Wow.
It's a nice little strategy game. You have 3 towers. Your opponent has 3 towers. You're just trying to destroy them with your deck, which is made up of 8 troops. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Union's charging in as CSA pushed out. Makes sense for Union to do that. Here we go.
yeah, there you go. Good shit, good shit.
You got TK.
Carl, keep running on it.
CSA might lose 2 flags out of this. Maybe a little bit of a troll going on here from CSA. Gives Union a window. Union's pushing up on all sides right now. CSA's outnumbered. Union, if they can hit CSA to breaking in a second and then cap point, they could potentially win this.
Never say never.
That's true.
Brace, 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 brace,
CSA could very well hit breaking here. Union should try to start capping that point if they can.
You missed! Fuck you and your fake government! I win!
This is when having 10 guys on Union battery is actually going to hurt their push.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
They might want to, like, just consolidate down the guys to just shoot the guns, because get those guys to swap infantry might really help their efforts here at the late game.
So Union's capping point. CSA main spawns are starting to push out. Union's about to hit final push, which will drop the clock down to probably 2.5, 3 minutes. CSA gonna hit breaking, which means Union cap, they can instantly win. That point cap seems kind of slow. This could happen.
Union getting more bodies on.
Oh, no.
CSA, rather. Excuse me.
Is artillery on point for them, though? Where the caissons are, where they're forming up? I don't think so.
No,
Final
it's
push.
right on the backside of it.
Oh, crap. CSA might have trolled their way out of this. Here they go. They got to charge out Union. Can they do it?
On the right flank! Fuck you and your fake government! Oh,
No way.
Never say never.
CSA still has an opportunity.
That's it, Eagle. It's
Are
over.
you kidding me? CSA just trolled. Descartes, quick thoughts.
Union forever. I don't know. Good job. I mean, that was crazy.
What? CSA played such a great game and then just decided to push up and Union rightly countercharged that, split CSA apart. CSA can never come back. What a throw. That's crazy. It's actually crazy. CSA dominated the night, but, you know, a mistake can happen. Maybe not a mistake. That wasn't a mistake. That was intentional. Anyways, that's funny. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do with no ads. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, we have our Discord, daily clip stuff in the description as well. If you're playing in this match, whether it be recording and uploading later or live streaming, send me a link and I'll put that in the pinned comment. Also, pinned comment, there's a link to a form, a Google form, for voting for nominations for War of Rights 2025 awards. Check that out. Appreciate you all. Mean a lot. God bless. And we'll see you in the next one. Good night.